Sometimes your Thanksgiving celebration is going to be smaller with just a few people gathering around a table to enjoy a meal. You still want it to feel special, but without all of the work.
That's why today we're putting together a simple 3-course Thanksgiving menu that's perfect for 2 to 4 people. It's all the Thanksgiving flavors that you love without the marathon cooking.
Whether you're cooking for a small group or you just want something a little simpler this year, we've got you covered. For the main course, we're doing stuffed turkey rolls. This is the perfect pared down version of the Thanksgiving turkey. And let's face it, nobody really likes the boring turkey anyways. These turkey rolls are super tender and juicy. They're baked with a delicious gravy over the top and they're ready in about 30 minutes. Start by preparing a 5-ounce box of stuffing mix according to the package directions. While that's cooking, make a quick gravy. You're gonna melt 2 tablespoons of butter in a saucepan, then whisk in 2 tablespoons of flour. Cook that for a minute to get rid of that raw flour taste. Slowly whisk in 2 cups of chicken broth. Season it with half a teaspoon each of salt and pepper, and let it simmer on low until it's thickened. Now for the turkey, you can cook a turkey breast and slice it, that's perfectly fine, or you can do as I did and head to the deli counter at your grocery store and ask them to slice you some deli oven roasted turkey, just a little bit thicker than you usually would for sandwiches. Spoon about a 1/4 cup of the stuffing onto each slice and roll them up tightly. You can make as many of these as you want. I think it's good to do 2 pieces per person, although smaller eaters will probably only eat 1. Place them seam side down in a greased 9 by 13 baking dish. Pour half of the gravy over the top of the rolls. Okay, just cover the dish tightly with some tin foil and then we're gonna bake this at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 minutes. While this is baking, let's check in with Angie and get those side dishes started.
While Laura's working on those turkey rolls, I've got the sides covered. Because what's Thanksgiving without at least a couple of them, right? We're keeping it simple but festive with 2 dishes that feel special without a ton of fuss. We're making butternut squash and feta salad and creamy scalloped potatoes because you have to have potatoes to go with your turkey. These are just 2 of our favorite side dishes. But if you're looking for more ideas or you want to try something a little different, check out this video right here. It has 6 Thanksgiving side dishes in it. These 2 side dishes make the perfect balance for a small Thanksgiving table. They're cozy, fresh, and totally doable for just a few people. So let's get started. I'm using Yukon Gold potatoes today. They're buttery and tender, and they don't have to be peeled. That's right, one less thing to do. You want these sliced nice and thin. A mandolin is your best friend here. Just watch your fingers. No one needs to lose a fingertip on Thanksgiving. Once they're sliced, give them a rinse to get rid of some of that starch. It'll help keep the sauce from turning gluey later. Now for the sauce. This really is what makes or breaks your scalloped potatoes. We're gonna start with some butter and some garlic. And we're just gonna saute that until it smells amazing. Next, whisk in a little flour. This thickens things up, so give it a minute or 2 to cook so that it doesn't taste like, well, raw flour. Pour in the heavy cream and the chicken broth. We want it thick and luscious, preferably with no clumps, so keep whisking until it's smooth. In goes the Parmesan, the fresh thyme, and some salt and pepper. You know, it already smells like the holidays in here. Once this is all stirred up and smooth, you can take it off the heat. Now we can add the potatoes and toss them gently. We want every slice to get a little saucy. Now I know this part looks super fancy, but it's easy, so don't worry. Stand the potatoes up in the dish like little dominoes. Leave them some breathing room. Don't pack them in too tight or they won't cook evenly. We're gonna pour on any extra sauce that we have left over. It's gonna make it nice and creamy. Add to this delicious sauce we've got going on here. And then we're gonna top it with a little extra cheese because why not? Cover it with foil and then we're gonna bake it at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 minutes. Then uncover and go for another 30 minutes until they're golden, bubbly, and slightly crispy on top. It does take a while to cook, but it's totally worth it. Look how wonderful these turned out. This dish is going to be a huge hit at the table. They're creamy and cheesy and super tender. Okay, it's salad time. This is butternut squash and arugula salad with a maple dressing. And it totally holds its own on the Thanksgiving table. First things first, peel your squash. If this is your least favorite part, you're definitely not alone, but I promise it's worth it. Once it's peeled, cube it into bite-sized pieces. Toss them in olive oil, salt, and pepper. Then spread them out on a baking sheet. Make sure to give them some room so they roast, not steam. We're going to roast those at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for about 35 minutes until they're tender and golden brown. These little cubes are going to be caramelized flavor bombs. While that's roasting, let's talk maple dressing. We're shaking up olive oil, maple syrup, apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, and just a whisper of nutmeg, cumin, cinnamon, and salt. It's sweet, tangy, and spiced like autumn in a jar. Now we build arugula for a peppery bite, roasted squash, crumbled feta, crunchy walnuts, and dried cranberries for that sweet tart pop. Drizzle on that maple dressing right before serving so the greens stay nice and crisp. This salad has texture, flavor, and color. Isn't it beautiful? And the dressing, you really have to try that dressing with those warm spices. It's just delicious. I would eat this for lunch on its own for sure, but it really goes well with turkey and gravy.
All right, now that the side dishes are done, let's get the turkey out of the oven. These have all the Thanksgiving flavors without roasting a whole turkey. And there you go, our scaled down Thanksgiving menu. It's simple, cozy, and just the right amount of food for a smaller gathering.
We've still got all the classics here: turkey, stuffing, potatoes, and veggies, but in portions that make sense when you're not feeding an entire crowd.
Honestly, this feels just as festive, and the cleanup is way easier.
Agreed. Happy Thanksgiving, no matter how you're celebrating this year.